All right, we told you earlier that Hillary Clinton jumped off the campaign bus to make a rare stop on Fox News Sunday, where she was asked about her email server, the hacked emails in the DNC, and her historic nomination as the first woman on a major party presidential ticket. Fox News contributor Dennis Kucinich, former member of Congress, joins me now to talk about the campaign ahead. Good to see you.
Shannon, good to be with you.
All right, so let's talk about some of these issues. First of all, the DNC leak. It raised a lot of headlines at the beginning of the convention, sort of got lost along the way, but there are real questions about how it makes the party look. Were they picking favorites? Were they backing a particular candidate? There are some concerning emails there. Do you think it hurts the party long term?
It does hurt the party long term. It has created wounds between those who back Bernie Sanders, because there was an attempt to sabotage the Sanders campaign. And I don't think that the DNC has effectively dealt with that issue. Beyond that, the question is, why in the world was the Democratic Party's servers so vulnerable? I mean, that really, if they say it's being hacked by some foreign power. And the third issue is, I'd be very careful about using this kind of an issue to drive a wedge between U.S.-Russia relations. Russia has no business interfering in our election, to be very clear. But we've got to be careful how we proceed with a response so that we don't ignite a further separation between the United States and Russia.
Yeah, there's so many critical foreign policy issues that we're dealing with now where Russia's also a party to the conversation, whether it's Syria, whether it's Iran, Israel. What do you make of the current tensions that we have with Russia?
You know, you have to go back to the Clinton State Department. It wasn't very friendly to Russia to begin with. There were people inside the State Department who were very negative towards Russia and continue to be. That's a problem. But you know what? There's a contradiction here that I haven't been able to figure out. There were major contributors to the Clinton Foundation who were involved in a deal known as Uranium One, which was able to get Russia access to U.S. uranium deposits. And that was approved by the Clinton State Department. Now, so there's not, on some matters, it's okay to do business with Russia. On other matters, it's not. So I think that it's better for the U.S. to proceed to try to keep peace, to work through our differences, not to continue to escalate a conflict with the world's other formidable nuclear power.
To the campaign issue, now that we're into the general election, formally, a couple of things. Both of these candidates poll so high with their unfavorables. They're the most disliked candidates that people have as their two options. How do you think that affects the turnout this fall?
That's a really good question. I think that there's probably, you know, I've heard from people, I've talked to people who are saying, look, you know, I'm going to vote for Hillary Clinton because I think Donald Trump is going to get us into war and the world's going to end. I've talked to people who say I'm going to vote for Donald Trump because Hillary Clinton is going to get us in a war and the world's going to end. So far, we might have 80% of the American people actually holding that view. We have to lower the decibel level here. We have to have an honest discussion of the issues. We cannot permit this thing to keep escalating and driving fear and driving loathing in a country that is trying to hold on to democratic ideals. So, you know, voters, if there's enough negativity, it will depress turnout. But I would argue that's not good for Secretary Clinton. That Republicans generally are going to turn out in an election like this. To get a Democratic turnout, you need to inspire people, lift them up, make them feel good about a candidate and the nation.
We'll see if either or both succeed on that front. Congressman, good to see you.
It's so good to be with you. Thank you, Shannon.